was late at night, and the school bus full of excited middle schoolers had broken down on a winding mountain road during their class trip to the Rocky Mountains. The teachers huddled together and decided to call it a night at a nearby remote lodge instead of pushing on to their cabin in Aspen. They'd get a mechanic in the morning to fix the bus and continue the journey. The group pulled up to the lodge, a creaky old building flanked by towering pines and jagged peaks that loomed like silent guardians. The teachers quickly assigned rooms to the kids, dividing them into groups, and after a quick dinner of sandwiches and hot cocoa, everyone headed to bed, exhausted from the day's hike. Friends Alex, Ryan, and Tyler were thrilled to share a room. They were inseparable buddies, always up for adventure. As they settled in, they glanced out the window and spotted a misty lake shimmering in the moonlight nestled deep in the surrounding woods. It reminded them of last year's trip when two kids snuck out to a waterfall at night, snapped epic selfies, and became school legends overnight. "We gotta top that," Tyler whispered with a grin. They hatched a plan: sneak out, hike to the lake, take some killer photos under the stars, and slip back before anyone noticed. Once the night guard dozed off in the lobby, the trio crept out the back door, flashlights from their phones cutting through the crisp autumn air. From the lodge, the lake looked close, maybe a 10-minute walk, but as they pushed deeper into the dense forest, the path twisted endlessly. Half an hour turned into an hour, the trees closing in like walls, and the temperature plummeted, making their teeth chatter. They checked their phones, no signal, just the eerie glow of the screens. This was a bad idea, Ryan muttered, his breath fogging up. "Let's bail and head back." Using their flashlights to navigate, they turned around, but the woods seemed to shift, every tree looking the same. Alex and Tyler, walking a bit ahead, glanced back, and Ryan was gone. A rustling sound exploded nearby, like footsteps sprinting through the underbrush. Panic rising, they couldn't leave their friend behind, so they chased the noise into the thickening darkness. The footsteps led them deeper into the wild, stopping abruptly after a few minutes. No sign of Ryan, hearts pounding. Alex and Tyler called out, their voices echoing unnaturally. Then a new sound, scraping like someone digging into the earth with bare hands. Creeping forward, they parted the bushes and saw Ryan on his knees, furiously excavating a deep hole in the dirt, his face smeared with mud. "Ryan? What the hell?" Alex yelled, stepping closer. Ryan whipped around, his eyes pitch black like empty voids where pupils should be, as if something had hollowed them out from inside. Rage twisted his features in a way they'd never seen. Alex reached out, placing a hand on Ryan's shoulder. "Dude, snap out of it, what's wrong?" But the touch triggered something feral. Ryan roared like an animal, shoving Alex with inhuman strength. Alex flew backwards, slamming into a tree trunk with a sickening thud. The wind knocked out of him. Tyler rushed to Alex's side, helping him up, while Ryan convulsed on the ground, foaming at the mouth before collapsing unconscious. Tyler shook Ryan gently. "Wake up, man!" Ryan's eyes fluttered open, normal again, but he stared at Alex in horror and screamed, "Get away from him!" Tyler turned. Alex was hunched over, head down when he lifted it. His eyes were the same endless black, gleaming with malice before they could react. Alex bolted deeper into the woods, crashing through branches like a possessed deer. Ryan and Tyler pursued, their flashlight beams bouncing wildly, revealing glimpses of Alex heading toward crumbling ruins. An abandoned cabin overgrown with vines and rot, looking like no one had touched it in decades. Dust and decay hung in the air, and the structure creaked ominously in the wind. Terrified but determined, they followed Alex inside, hearts thundering. Up the rickety stairs, in a dim room lit only by moonlight filtering through crack windows, they found him. Alex, suspended midair, levitating a foot off the floor in a trance. Hovering before him was the apparition of an old woman, her skin sagging like melted wax, hair wild and white as snow, and eyes bottomless black pits that sucked in the light. She whispered in a raspy voice that echoed like wind through bones, "Join me, the water calls." Ryan and Tyler froze, blood turning to ice. The woman's gaze snapped to them, her lips curling into a grotesque smile revealing jagged teeth. They bolted down the stairs, her form shifting behind them, crawling like a spider, limbs contorting unnaturally as she scuttled after them on all fours, her nails scraping the wood. Bursting out of the cabin, they sprinted blindly through the trees, lungs burning without realizing. They stumbled onto the lake's edge, the very spot they'd aimed for. In their panic, they plunged into the icy water, flailing as the depths pulled them under like invisible hands. Tyler fought his way to the surface, gasping, but watched in horror as Ryan was dragged deeper, bubbles rising before he vanished into the murk. Overwhelmed, Tyler's vision blurred and he blacked out on the shore. When Tyler awoke the next morning, he was back in the lodge room, surrounded by worried teachers stumbling outside. He saw police tape, flashing lights, and two bodies draped in white sheets on the ground. Ryan and Alex pulled from the lake at dawn. The cops ruled it a tragic accident or possible foul play. But locals whispered otherwise. Years ago, an elderly recluse lived in that old cabin, aching out a quiet life away from town. Greedy developers wanted her land for a resort, so they harassed her, assaulted her one stormy night, and dumped her body in the lake to cover it up. Ever since, her vengeful spirit haunts the woods, luring the unwary to watery graves, especially those who trespass at night, mistaking her domain for adventure. If only the boys had heeded the old campfire warnings about the witching lake, Ryan and Alex might still be alive today. If this video gave you chills, don't forget to subscribe to StaticNight Archives for more spine-tingling stories every week. Hit that bell icon so you never miss an upload.